Hello, this is Aiden Berea, a student at Taylor High School as a junior. Today's topic will be overt notification sounds. The first sound I hear most mornings is not my alarm clock, but is my notification. Sometimes it is a soft chime, and sometimes it is a vibration that makes it seem like a warning more than a greeting or a reminder. Before I fully wake up, I already know that someone needs something from me or that something is up. Maybe even sometimes it has no meaning. However, notification sounds shape how we experience time and attention in a world designed to constantly keep our faces to our screen. Notification sounds are small audio cues created by humans to signal digital activity. For example, a message arrives, a post gets liked, or an app wants our attention. These sounds are intentionally designed to be distinct and difficult to ignore. Software and computer companies spend significant time making notification sounds that require immediate responses, using basic principles from human behavior. The sound is not meant to give us valuable information, but is meant to interrupt us and sidetrack us from life. I never realized how much power these sounds had over me. At first, they felt helpful. A quick ringer meant that I wasn't missing anything important. Over time, they became impossible to ignore and separate from my sense of responsibility. Even when my phone was across the room when I was working on something important, I swear I could still hear a buzz. Sometimes I even check my phone only to find nothing there, which somehow feels worse. The sound of the constant ringer had trained my brain to expect meaning, even when there was none. Researchers have found that notification sounds can increase stress and reduce focus, especially when they are unpredictable. A study published in the Journal of Environmental Psychology found that phone notifications disrupt attention and increase cognitive load, even when users do not immediately respond to them. The brain treats it as something is still needs to get done, which keeps it circulating in your head until addressed. Beyond attention and stress, notifications also change how we experience waiting. Before phones, waiting was often a time to do nothing. Standing in line or sitting alone meant being present with boredom or often thought. Now waiting is filled with sound and dopamine. The constant feeling of space makes it harder to sit with uncertainty, and in life the discomfort feels almost unbearable. What makes notification sounds unique is that they did not exist before humans reshaped society and the communication surrounding it. There is no natural comparison. Birds call to each other but do not demand immediate replies. One makes noise, but it does not expect you to acknowledge it. However, if you don't reply to your friend in the span of 5 minutes, they get upset. Notification sounds exist solely to pull humans back into the system that we have built, the system that requires constant communication and dopamine. Notifications also blur the boundary between our public life and private life. For example, when a chime goes off in class or a quiet room, suddenly everyone knows that something digital has entered the space. This sound pulls everyone's attention away from physical, real-world space into an invisible reality. And even when I silence my phone, the expectation for the sound stays. I noticed this whenever I tried turning my notifications sounds off for a week. The silence felt unbearable at first. I was constantly worried that I was missing something important or that I was being irresponsible for not replying to others. Slowly, that horrible feeling faded away and time felt less fractured and short. It seemed like every real-world conversation I was making with others felt more complete. Whenever I decided to turn the sounds back on, they felt louder than before and almost disruptive. It kind of felt unsettling to realize how quickly I had adapted to constant interruptions to my daily life. When the sounds were gone, I realized how often they had been shaping my mood without my control. A sharp tone could create anxiety before I even read the message, and a softer sound could give me relief that felt unearned. Without the constant sounds, messages felt more neutral, and I felt like I was responding to information instead of reacting to noise. Notification sounds also reveal something about how us humans value productivity. Every sound feels urgent and important, even when it's not. A silly group chat notification from your friend carries the same sound wave as an emergency alert. In this day of age, the connection between meaningful information and noise is constantly strayed, and notification sounds are often the source of that confusion. Still, I cannot fully reject them. Notification sounds keep me connected to people I care about. They remind me that someone thought of me or that a message crossed a distance of several thousand miles. The problem is not the sound itself, but how often it demands our attention. And even though a distraction, notification sounds do help me remind myself of things sometimes. But like many human inventions, notification sounds are both useful and overwhelming. Notification sounds belong in the Anthropocene because they demonstrate how us humans have engineered our own interruptions. They shape our attention, our stress levels, and our presence in this world. They are small sounds with large and even endangering consequences, reminding us that even the quietest inventions can change how it feels to really be a human. In many ways, notification sounds reflect humanity's desire to be needed. Each sound suggests connection or importance. They reassure us that we exist within a network that notices us, but often if we notice them first. The Anthropocene is full of systems that promise connection while demanding more attention as well, and notifications are one of them. I give notifications a 3 out of 5 stars.